From the heart of Mexico City, this is Formula One. Welcome back to round 20 of the World Championship. It's now time for qualifying to set the grid for the Mexico City Grand Prix with the driver's title in the balance. Antonelli has made Q3 for the last 4 Grand Prix weekends in a row, trying to continue that run. That's the minimum expected for a Mercedes driver, and he goes over the line into P11. Carlos Sainz, who's had good form in practice so far, the winner here last year, goes into 8th.
Right, and now Antonelli's just crossing fingers because that's not exceptional from him. There are plenty of drivers further back trying to improve.
Bortoleto, personal best. Driver currently in 15th. Gasly cannot jump out of the drop zone.
Ocon out there as well. Albon will get another chance, having come through the pits to try and improve. Stroll's going to be gone.
Reigning Formula 2 champion over the line to 14th. Alonso now at risk. Hulkenberg in the second Sauber. Final meters of the racetrack. Looks a good lap. Is a good lap. P11 for the Sauber driver.
Ocon can jump ahead of Antonelli. He's going quickly.
He's going very quickly. P3 for Esteban Ocon. Man, did he need that lap. He got it.
Alonso only needs a 10th as well. His first sector's not great, but he's found a personal best in the middle.
Hamilton up to second position. It's still Hadjar who's top of the pile. On board with the Williams driver. Can he find a lap time to eliminate Gabriel Bortoleto? Alonso finds a lap time to eliminate Gabriel Bortoleto. It's Albon in 17th, trying to escape. Antonelli is the driver at risk.
All on this bogey final sector for Albon, who's got well across that apex curve at 12. Can he stop it at 13? Just about. Pulls it back for a late apex. Feather the throttle over the curbs, and it's all on this exit. It's got to be clean out of the final corner.
Albon looks to his steering wheel. Does he make it? The answer is no. It's Bortoleto, Albon, Gasly, Stroll, and this man, Franco Colapinto, who are out in the first part of qualifying. Oscar Piastri on an outlap, currently in the drop zone. P5 for Oliver Behrman. Lewis Hamilton with the fastest middle sector of anyone so far. He's the driver at risk at the moment. George Russell, Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Kimi Antonelli in the drop zone. Lawson on an outlap. Here's Antonelli as Hamilton goes P2.
So Piastri is still on his outlap. He's just behind Antonelli, ready to wind it up, and he will hope that Kimi keeps it pinned down to turn 1 for a beautiful slipstream. We'll see George Russell, who's in danger, try and scrabble his way through.
Russell on pole for the Singapore Grand Prix, P3 at the moment. The projected knockout time is a 1:17.0. Sainz goes over the line. Remember, he takes a 5-place drop. This is it for Oscar Piastri. A Q2 exit here would open the door for Max Verstappen and Lando Norris on the left-hand side of your screen.
Yeah, let's have a look then through turn 7. How much does he risk keeping the foot in through 8 and 9 over the curve? Small correction through turn 9. Bouncing over the apex at 10 as well. He's not arms and elbows through that middle sector. Is neat and tidy. He's half a 10th up on Yuki Tsunoda. There's not a lot of buffer.
Tsunoda has just gone 10th. Ocon is into the drop zone in 11th. Over the line goes Fernando Alonso. He goes to 13th. Piastri needs this to be a mighty final sector. It's fine margins. Can he make his way through? Big save out of the final corner, and Piastri gets to 7th place, wringing the neck of it. He was only 0.07 of a second quicker than Yuki Tsunoda. Tsunoda misses out by 1/100th of a second. Ocon missing out by 0.03 of a second. Hulkenberg, Alonso and Lawson out as well. First time on the board will belong to Max Verstappen. It's a 1:16.4 to beat.
Norris is now up by a couple of tenths into the final sector. This is where he did his magic in Q2.
Lando Norris hasn't been on pole position since the Belgian Grand Prix. It's a big moment now as he stands on the power, goes over the line, and he's ahead of his rival for the title.
But the Ferraris are flying in the first part of the lap. Leclerc's nearly 2 tenths up on Norris through the first sector.
Here's Oscar Piastri, and he's third of the championship contenders, Norris, Verstappen and Piastri. But what part do Ferrari have to play? Here's the man who was on pole here last year. He will take a 5-place grid drop. Sainz to the line. Sainz goes into 4th. What about Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton?
Hamilton is neck and neck with Norris. Leclerc is up on Norris. The Ferraris are well and truly in play.
Hamilton has one pole position around this circuit. Lewis Hamilton to the front row, ahead of Verstappen, ahead of Piastri. But what about Charles Leclerc? So often he comes alive in Q3. He goes over the line. He goes to pole position provisionally. What a lap from Charles Leclerc.
Russell's close to the top 3 as well. The Mercedes is coming alive.
First of all, Antonelli, George Russell, such a good qualifier this year. Only one time has he ever been outside of the top 10. That was in Monaco. Here in Mexico, it's Russell to go into P6. Piastri not miles away. If he can continue this deficit, he would improve to the front row.
Well, he's hanging on to it, but it's quick.
It's very quick for Oliver Behrman, who improves past the championship leader. He goes up to P5. Piastri needs this to be an improvement. He comes over the line, and he does improve to 3rd position.
Track is ramping up and ramping up. Norris's first sector is huge.
What can Verstappen do? Chasing a return to the front row. He'll get it. He misses out on pole position, but he's ahead of both of his championship rivals.
Norris is up on Leclerc in the first sector, and it's a mighty middle part of the lap as well.
Sainz goes ahead of Piastri. He'll take a 5-place grid penalty. Lando Norris, fastest in the first sector, fastest in the second sector. He's had to wait 6 Grand Prix before claiming pole position. It's been a while for Lando Norris. He comes over the line and he's beaten Charles Leclerc's time by 0.4 of a second.
How about that? That's mighty. That is a 4/10 buffer they've got to find.
Hamilton to the front row. And now Charles Leclerc needs an electric final sector. Chasing career pole position 28. Charles Leclerc can't get there. He climbs back to the front row. It's Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen. Kimi Antonelli is ahead of Sainz and Piastri. Can Russell inflict more pain on the championship leader? He does. P4 to go ahead of Max Verstappen, and Lando Norris has waited to hear these words. Lando Norris is on pole position with Verstappen in 5th and Piastri P8.
That is, I would say, one of Lando Norris's best ever laps. At the end, the championship on the line, to dig that out and have it so comfortably, he is 0.6 up on Oscar Piastri.